To measure the outer seam, start from the upper part of the waistline and measure vertically down along the side seam to the bottom of the foot. Do not measure to the bottom of the shoe if the client is wearing one. The measurement is also determined by the client's dressing preference. To measure the waist circumference, starting right above the belt line, run the measuring tape around the waist. Ensure that there is room for one finger behind the tape. To measure the hip circumference, run the measuring tape around the widest part of the hips. Be sure that the pockets are empty and ensure that there is room for one finger behind the tape. And when measuring for a two-piece suit, the hip circumference of the pants is the same as the hip circumference for the blazer. To measure the total crotch, the measurement is taken from the front of the waist, wrapped between the legs and up to the top of the back of the waist. To measure the thigh circumference, run the measuring tape around the upper part of the thigh. Ensure that there is room for one finger behind the tape. In order to measure the calf circumference, measure around the fullest part of the calf. Ensure that there's room for one finger behind the tape. To measure the opening of the bottom of the pants, use the currently worn pair of pants as reference. Measure around the bottom opening of these pants. The size of this opening depends entirely on the client's preference.